Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this Monday evening's game of the Martin Luther King Day Classic. We have the Lane College Dragons against the Tuskegee Golden Tigers. My name is Tyler Newkirk, and I'll be here doing the play-by-play alongside my
Bryson
colleague.
Lasiter. It's good to be here on this Martin Luther King Day. Expecting a wonderful game on today with the Lady Dragons and the Lady Golden Tigers.
The Lane College Dragons here, they're going to have a pretty tough opponent here on their hands as the Tuskegee women's come into this game with the #1 record in the conference. So this is going to be a pretty great challenge here on this Monday. We're going to take a quick second here, and we're going to get ready to sing the national anthem.
This is going to be an exciting game. The Lady Dragons came off a win last Saturday, 52-39 against Miles College. They're looking pretty good at home this year. We're 4-2 at home, and so I believe that they have a fighting chance. They have a great chance to pull the victory out. They're 5-4 in the conference, but they're going against a tough Lady Golden Tigers at Tuskegee with 11-5 record and the #1 in conference with the 6-2 overall in the conference. And watch out for Alexis Carter. In the last 5 games, she scored 16 points and 13 rebounds, 23-7, 16-8, 27-10 versus Central State, and also versus Lamont Owen College, 16-12. So we're gonna look out for Alexis Carter, #1.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be an interesting game. I'm curious to see how they start off with the intensity level. Last game, Lane started off very intense, a lot of great defense, but they struggled early on offensively. So
right.
I want to see if they can kind of battle back here and get things going, as we already expect Tuskegee will have things rolling.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Watching out for Antrice McCole, a senior from Jacksonville, Arkansas, who's the starting point guard for Lane College, and she's an amazing player, I know her personally, so we're going to watch out for her, highlight her. We're just excited for this game.
Well, see, and there she goes right there. The thing about Entree, she struggled last game.
She did.
She had her struggles early on last game, and that continued throughout the entire game. She had some problems. So I'm curious to see how she bounces back from a tough game and if she decides to be that aggressive scorer that she has been in the past.
Right. As you stated, she struggled. She only had 8 points last game, but for a season high, she has 29 points as a season high. And so I expect her to just come back, be herself, and help these Lady Dragons get the W today. But going against these Tuskegee women is not going to be easy. Expecting a high tense game, a high power offense. Not only do they have a great young lady by Alexis Carter, but they also have a young lady named Jade Wilson who also has 16 and 11 against Payne College in big games. So we have a lot of women to look out for today, and we just hope that the Lady Dragons come, match their intensity, and execute on the floor.
I don't know about you, Bryson, but I'm excited.
I'm excited.
I'm ready to get this game going.
Yes, sir.
Again, and we just want to say a happy Martin Luther King Day to everyone and all of our listeners. And we thank you all for joining us today, and we can't wait to get ready with some basketball.
Yes. Have you been to the Civil Rights Museum in Memphis?
I have.
You have?
Yeah.
I've been last year. It was my first year going, and seeing it, man, amazing. I need to go back. I couldn't even get through everything, looking through it thoroughly. It was just so much and just beautiful. Going through the last part of it when you're exiting out is the hotel where Martin Luther King got assassinated. It was a little touching. So, but it was amazing. It's amazing.
We have number 0 here, India Blakely, kicking it to the right. You see, I wonder as Lane gets the rebound there, I wonder if they're going to try to attack the paint. That's one strength for Lane. They like to work down low and attack the paint. And they oftentimes have the size advantage, but it looks today like we're going to have a pretty even matchup down low with Alexis Carter and Portia.
Well, it looks like Tuskegee is in a zone right now, so it's going to be kind of hard to feed it in the paint. But if we have cuts, it'll open up ways, pass it through, pass it out.
And that's another thing right there, too, the turnovers. The turnovers killed Lane early on Saturday. And, you know, if they can prevent some turnovers and play a little bit smarter, they'll find themselves in a little bit better position.
Right. All right.
You saw Jade Wilson that airball at the mid-range jump shot. And Treese McCoy pushes the ball up court and attacks the paint. She misses. Jade Wilson with the rebound. Point guard India Blakely running the offense here. Looks like coach is yelling out a play call for him.
Watch out for India Blakely as well. She had 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists since Payne College. So we're looking for also a unique game from her as well.
Well, Lane right now is just locking down defensively.
Yes. Great defense. Foul on Antrice McCoy.
And see right there, Antrice just has to be smarter.
Right.
She has to understand that they ended up getting that shot off for 1 second on the shot clock. So she just has to be smart and know that she needs to keep her hands up there, and she can't afford to bail him out with the reach in.
As you stated, we can afford that because as the point guard, you are the center of the offense. You are the neutralizer. You are the floor general, and we need that on the floor to execute not only plays but to see the looks, to see the opening of plays going on. And as you stated, those fouls cannot be taken.
Exactly. You see India Blakely there hit down 2 big free throws. But yeah, she has to be smart. She can't get herself in early foul trouble here. With 8:15 here in the first quarter.
We have a good cut, good find, good layup.
I mean, and that's just Addie McNeil. That was just a dime. That was a dime. Great pass, and as you saw, Chastity Moore there with the finish. And she had another big game too. Chastity Moore had a really big game last Saturday against Miles. She was often referred to as the garbage man. You see Alexis Harris here setting up some offense. She swings to Antrice McCoy. And she turns the ball over here as Tuskegee pushes the ball up the court.
We're seeing great defense by both teams. I think that right now they're matching the energy of Tuskegee, and we just need to slow down, pace ourselves, pass the ball, move the ball around, and look for openings.
Yeah, and I think Lane was a little bit fortunate on that last play, as I thought Portia Hanna got away with a block, and therefore I thought it should have been Tuskegee's ball. But, you know, the refs saw it differently, and now we're playing on.
Great shot, great shot, great shot.
Alexis
Harris with the shot,
with the mid-range shot. But she killed Miles last game too. She had an awesome game, especially scoring the ball, and she was just aggressive. Let's see if she can stay aggressive for the rest of this game. You know, she was up intensity, offense and defense, as Addie McNeely pushes the ball and she turns it over. But yeah, they were really aggressive in attacking the paint last game.
Great defense, great defense. And Treese Moore with the finish.
And that's just good hustle.
Great cleanup by Antrese.
That's good hustle. That's a perfect case of defense leading to some easy offense, and you know that was clearly on display there.
6-2, Lady Dragons ahead.
6:15 here in this first period.
Great defense, great defense.
And I mean, hey, there goes that length again. There goes that length from Portia Harris. I mean, she's essentially taller than everybody on the court, and that's what she needs to do early on. She needs to impose her will on defense, and you know her defense leads to her offense. If she can get things going defensively, you know you'll start to see she getting some touches down low in the post.
Exactly, exactly.
Seems like they talking on an offensive set here, a half-court set.
Great find.
You can go hit there, Bryson. It's going to get Chastity Moore there with a foul. But see, and that's the thing. Tuskegee seems to be in some kind of a matchup zone. You know, it's not necessarily a 2-3 zone, but it's not necessarily a man-to-man. They're in some kind of matchup zone. And every time you push the ball to the strong side corner, that's going to leave the weak side open every single time.
Right.
And unfortunately, Chastity just happened to miss the mid-range jump shot. But, I mean, she got a great look. She's wide open.
She has to capitalize that. Great defense, great defense.
Good hustle. Good two by Antrese.
Antrese with the finish. I'm loving the intensity on defense. We're pressuring the ball.
She just wanted it more. I mean, like you just said, that's intensity. That's hustle. Those are the plays that you have to make that help you win ball games. Looks like she thought about taking the three.
Okay, we had the pass down low. Finley with the finish.
Looks like we're going to have a technical foul here on Tuskegee's head coach. But again, as you saw Wilson there on the finish for Tuskegee, that was Lane's problem last game. They didn't all participate in helping the bigs out down low, gaining rebounds. And that was a perfect example of it there. As you saw, Tuskegee was able to score on a second chance opportunity.
Right. And you have to do better. Giving second chance opportunities is not good. When you get those second chance opportunities, you need to be able to score. You need to be able to capitalize off that. But Lane, as you have those women down low, you have to get those rebounds. We have to clean up and push on offense to get those transition points.
And I'm just now noticing, it looks like I'm not sure if the ref signaled a technical foul or she signaled for a timeout. It looked like she gave the technical foul sign. And a little confused there, but.
A little confused.
We're going to be on the good side. We're going to say it was just a timeout.
Yeah, we're just going to say it's just a timeout. But I'm just loving the intensity of the game.
I mean, so far you can tell both teams come to play.
Yes.
Both teams come to play both offensively and defensively.
Yes.
But, you know, the intensity has led to easy baskets for each team on offense thus far.
Exactly. And this is a conference game, so this is a great way to boost your record. Lane is actually 5-4 in conference, so if we get this win, they will become 6-4, and then it's improving their record. And the more conference wins you have, the better your chances is in following in the upper seeds and when it comes to playoff time and things of that nature. And so this would be a great win if they pull it off. And as you stated, it was a technical foul, I believe, on the coach.
Yes, and Portia Hannah's going to take the free throws here.
Portia Hannah is 6'4", a sophomore from Memphis, Tennessee. And as you stated, with the length and with the height of these women, Lane needs to be able to feed them, because one thing that will happen is when you feed them down low, the defense will collapse in the paint, and it will open the perimeter for you to kick it out and get open shots. And so if they do that, it'll open up space around. It'll open up the offense a little more. It'll just give Lane a better chance at taking better shot selections instead of forcing shots.
No, that's definitely a great call there. As you saw, Portia knock down the second free throw of the two. But, yeah, no, that's definitely a great point. I mean, Lane needs to kind of focus in here. They can't afford to be missing too many free throws here early on.
This is the thing. They have her on the wing.
Exactly.
She needs to be down on the block. So when you pull her out the paint, the defense doesn't have to collapse, and they only guard the perimeter. But when you put her in the paint, she's a liability to their defense because they have to focus in on her length and on her size.
And that's the other thing too. If Lane is smart, they'll see that when Tuskegee rotates strong side, they have to immediately look weak side, because chances are if you're weak side, you're going to be open. You're going to have a chance.
And she's calling for the ball right now. We have to be.
And I mean, that's just a tough shot.
Tough shot.
Yes, the clock was running down there, but I mean, that's a shot you have to. If your big is posting up the man in the ball, you have to give it to her every time. As you see Tuskegee does for their big, you have to work the big.
Alexis Carter.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, listen. You want to put the game in the ref's hands.
Right.
In the sense that you want to make them make the call. If they're going to make the call, they're going to make it. If they're not, they're not. But you want to at least give your player that opportunity to go one-on-one down low in the post.
Exactly.
And especially if that's your best post player, let her go to work.
This is the young lady that I mentioned earlier, a key player for Tuskegee. Watching out for her, looking out for her as she's at the free throw line. She missed the first free throw. But she's a
senior.
A senior.
6'2" senior, yeah.
6'2" senior from Atlanta, Georgia.
And I mean, listen, both offensively and defensively, that'll be the matchup. Portia Hannah and Alexis Carter.
We have Sierra Brown in the game, and she played awesome last game. Awesome. Great drive. Great drive.
But no, as you just spoke on Sierra Brown, that's the spark plug. She's the grinder. She's the energy. She's the one that brings in the energy and helps to ignite the rest of the team. And like you just mentioned, she brought that last game.
Yes. Alexis Harris at the free throw line. A 5'7" junior from Houston, Texas.
She knocks down the first free throw. And the second one is good. Blakely pushing the ball up court once again. Good pass down low.
You got to catch those. Got to catch those.
Yeah, it just went right through the hands of Christina Massey. Lane looks to set up some half-court offense here. Got to look weak side. Weak side three. There it goes. Just a high pass. It was there. There you go. Good follow. Kick it out. Sierra Brown just has to be smart there. She can't afford to turn that ball over. She has to just reset the play
Alexis
there.
Carter with the steal.
Normisha Pitts with the three-point shot. And that's the thing about turnovers right there. That's what you can't have. If you're going to turn the ball over, you have to at least be committed to getting back to defense and limiting those points off of turnovers.
As you stated, Normisha Pitts made the shot, and she's had a big game as well against their last opponent, who was Lamont on college, she had 15 points and 6 rebounds. And so she's also a factor, and she's also someone to look out for on today's game.
And on that last play, I know Portia Hannah got fouled with the reach in, but I would have liked to just seen her grow up strong there with the basketball. I mean, no need to dribble. You're bigger than everybody. Just use your size and your strength and go up over the top of everybody.
They have to feed. They have to feed the big woman.
And now watch weak side. If they set some kind of backside screen here, you're setting yourself open for a wide open 3-point shot.
Exactly. And one thing that I've noticed that we're doing, we're trying to dribble inside the zone, which is not effective because that help will come in and then it will be forced as a trap, and then you'll be able to lose it. And so, as you stated, if you get those backdoor cuts and if you get those backdoor screens, it'll open up the weak side and open up more space for you to move on offense.
And see, here's the thing. If you are able to penetrate this matchup zone that they have you in, you have to be ready to dish. You can't really dribble through the zone because, I mean, like you just said, help will be on its way. Now look at weak side 3-point. You have to just be able to move the ball.
Great
Too
pass,
much dribbling
great
will
pass.
lead to a turnover. And, I mean, that's a great look.
Great look, great
It's
look.
just a miss. That's a wide open look that she just happened to miss. Great basketball. Good pass. And listen, that's a good play there by Alexis Carter. That's also even better find by India Blakely. But listen, that's what they're doing that Lane has not been doing thus far. They're feeding their big down low, and they're letting the ref make the foul call. Now, once the big turns over her shoulder, either left or right, whichever the defender gives her, she's committed to going up strong and hoping to finish.
And when you notice that the defense is collapsing, and so, as you stated, you're making the ref make the call, but you're also opening up the offense. And so when you collapse, someone's open for 3 or someone's going to cut towards the basket to give you an easy 2.
Exactly. And you saw Carter there knock down the 2 free throws.
It's 9-11 with a minute and 30 to go.
There's too much standing around.
Too much standing around.
The offense is stagnant.
Now, and another thing that Lane can do, if they pull Portia up to give a high ball screen, it'll also open up more space. Great rebound. Oh, you got to go up stronger. You have to go up stronger. You have to go up stronger. Great fight, great fight, great fight by Tuskegee women. But you have to go up stronger. You have to go up stronger with that.
Listen, I tell you what, that's a textbook block there by Carter. I mean, she went up with 2 hands, got all hands on the ball.
All hands on the ball.
I mean, that's textbook.
I love how it was a no call by the ref.
But listen, if you're Lane, you're happy with that last 3-point attempt. Yeah, you missed badly, but that's a tough 3. It had to be shot.
Tough 3 with the shot clock going down.
Exactly. But that 3 that Antrice McCoy shot, that's exactly the look you want. You know, that's just one she has to knock down. As you can see, they're bringing in a 3-point shooter now, Destiny Irvin. But, I mean, Antrice McCoy, she just has to hit that shot. That's a great look, great offensive play call. I mean, it's just a tough break. Tuskegee looking to tie this ball game up or even take the lead here with the last 50 seconds. Another great find.
Great find.
Gonna reset the offense.
Reset the offense.
I don't know if they know that the shot clock didn't reset.
Great block.
Oh my goodness.
And Trees down.
Good too.
Great take. Great take. Great take.
Portia Hannah said, anything you can do, I can do better. I mean, she just went up with the one-hand rejection. I mean, like it was nothing.
Great block, great block. Great way to make up for it on defense. Great way to make up for it on defense. Entries at the line. Gotta knock those down. We gotta knock those down.
Yeah, and those free throws will add up as the
they
game
don't call
continues.
them free for no reason.
Exactly. Those free throws will add up as the game continues to go along. Let's see if Tuskegee plays for one possession here. I don't know. The shot clock and the game clock matches each other as we approaching 20 seconds.
Right.
see it looking like they setting up the post. There you go, setting up Carter down low for the post. The step back jump shot.
Great
oh my
shot
goodness!
by Alexis Carter.
She's pulling out the full repertoire. We
Yes.
got 3 seconds. Let's see if they realize it. They have to shoot it. They have to shoot it. Ah, they didn't get it off.
That was a great move by Alexis Carter. She gave her a nice little pivot, a jab, step back shot. Love it, love it, love it.
She's just showing the whole arsenal right now.
And one thing I'm loving about her, she hasn't been hitting a lot of shots, but she's still finding her shot. And so she's not discouraged by the shots that she's missing. She's still going hard. She's still staying aggressive. And that's the thing that I see that Tuskegee is doing different than Lane as far as with their big men. Well, one man.
well, listen, the key to her misses, too, are she's down low missing.
Right.
But with her misses, she's also getting fouled.
Exactly.
So she's putting herself in a position to go to the free throw line to knock down some easy buckets. And, that's what she's taking advantage of thus far. But
right.
clearly she can do way more than just work down low in the post.
Right.
That was a beautiful step back.
Beautiful step back. And we're tied going into the second quarter, 11-11. This is going to be a great game. I see a great finishing towards the end of this game. The intensity is risen.
Well, right now, Bryson, what is each coach telling their team right now? Because right now you have a tie game. So essentially, you back to 0-0. What is each coach telling their team, and what's the message right now?
I think Lane is saying similar to things that we're saying. They have to feed their bigs down low. They're staying too much on the perimeters. They're not moving. They're not cutting. And as well as Tuskegee, I think that they have to not only open up ways for Alexis to score, but they also have to get more involved because they know that they're keying in on Alexis, and so they have to pull out their guards and get their guards more involved. Because we see in that first quarter, Alexis Carter took 7 shots, and India Blakely only took 1 field goal shot. Normisha Pitts only took 1 shot. Jade Wilson only took 3 shots, and so I believe that the coach is trying to get more involved with their players.
And flat and simple, I think if you're Tuskegee, you're happy with what you see right now. But it's also dangerous.
Great steal.
Laquita Calloway here with the breakaway. Oh, my goodness.
Great comeback block by Alexis Carter. I love the effort on defense, not giving up on the play.
I mean, she's just flat out showing she's the best player on the court right now. I mean, she's
Yes, sir.
offensively, defensively.
Yes, sir.
Every aspect of this game has her imprint on it thus far.
Pass up top.
But Lane has to get some kind of offense going. I mean, most of their offense thus far has been off of turnovers, but as you can see, another turnover there by Entrice McCoy.
Yes.
But most of their points have come off of their turnovers in the transition. But they at some point they're gonna have to get some kind of offense going on the in the half court set.
Right. India Blakely.
She swinging, she missed it. There she found it. Oh, and she blew it. Looks like she's gonna get bailed out there with the foul. Shelly Daniels. But I mean that's one she has to make. Yeah, she got fouled. She got bumped a little bit, but
Yes.
she has to go up and she has to be able to make that easy and one.
Shelly Daniels at the line. She's also had a big game against Central State with 15 points and 14 rebounds. And so we see she's a glass cleaner. She's going to grab those boards. She also had another big game with 21 and 16. And so we have to key in on her, make sure we get a body on her because she will get those rebounds. She will get those, and she will go clean it up.
And I mean, here's the thing. Let's see, Alexis Harris going to push the ball up court. Here's the thing for Tuskegee. Right now, we haven't seen too much of their guard play. We haven't seen their guards really put their imprint on this game yet, but we have seen Alexis Carter take over. And, I mean, I want to see if the guards can get themselves going. The guards flash forward.
Great high ball screen. But
right now, they're playing great defensively. But Alexis Carter is really their only offensive threat thus far.
Good jab step.
Addie McNeely, stop it.
Macy with the jump shot. Great jab step. 13-11, Lady Dragons. Great pass, great pass.
And you can see right now what Tuskegee is doing better than Lane is movement without the ball.
She missed her. She missed her. She missed her. She missed her.
Nikita Calloway's going to get the steal there. But, you know, that's what they're doing better than Lane thus far. They're moving without the basketball a little bit more fluidly. And you can see it in this. They're opening up opportunities for themselves, but they're not taking advantage of them.
Great defense. Great defense. Great find. Great pass. Oh, you have to capitalize on that. As Tuskegee pushes up the ball. India Blakely with the ball.
And that last easy shot, that's just a case of you got to use the backboard. You know,
got to use the backboard.
You got to.
It's your friend.
Exactly.
It's there for a reason.
Oh, my goodness.
Great rebound. Great rebound.
She can't have that wide open three-point shot. She's already proven to be a shooter. I mean, Normisha Pitts can flat out shoot the basketball. You can't leave her wide open.
As they're setting up. Macy with the ball again. With the crossover.
And I don't like that shot there by McNeely.
I don't either. I don't either. That's the shot that they're forcing Lane to take, though. They want Lane to take that shot. Great find. Great pass.
Oh, my goodness.
Great pass.
Jay Wilson with the backdoor cut and the easy
India
lay.
Blakely with the find, with the dish.
But listen, that's the movement without the ball. They're moving better than Lane is without the ball, and they're getting themselves easy.
Great drive, great drive. You have to make that. You have to. Great rebound. It's a silly foul. This is a silly foul. We don't want those. We don't need those.
But listen, again, they're moving better without the basketball.
They are. They are.
And that's why they're able to find themselves with easy layup opportunities or easy looks at the basket. And that's what Lane is not doing. They're standing around depending on too much ISO ball. They're looking for one player to kind of either penetrate and dish or penetrate and score, and that's not working thus far.
India Blakely with the ball. Three by Alexis Carter. Miss. Rebound. Great hustle by Entrice. Great hustle.
Listen, I tell you what, if Alexis Carter started hitting that three-point shot,
it's going to get scary. It's going to get scary, Doc. It's going to get scary.
She done showed you she can finish it down low.
Yes.
She finish it at the free throw line. She's great in the mid-range. If she adds that three-point shot, she's going to eventually become
They missed the cutter. They missed the cutter.
That's, again, spacing. Look at the spacing. Look at the spacing right now of the court. They're standing around. Look, they're standing around at the
Great rebound. I think that was all ball.
Yeah,
I thought that was all ball.
I think Addie McLilly's going to get
bailed out. I thought she got all ball right there.
But listen, her hustle alone got her that call.
Great hustle.
Her hustle got her that call. But again, going back to Lane's offense, I mean, there's just too much standing around at the three-point line. There's nothing really opening up. And Tuskegee's not allowing you to penetrate down low. They're forcing you to take the three-point shot. And like you said, they're just not hitting. The first free throw is good there for Addie McNeely.
She's also another spark player coming off the bench for Lane. I like her style of play. I love her aggression. Rebound by Alexis Carter.
As you just saw Tasia Finley check in there for Shelly Daniels last time she need to look weak side. She got to turn over that, and there goes the shooter.
We have to close out on those shots. They had at least 3 wide open three-point shots within the last 5 possessions, and so we have to close out because the more open you get and the more chances you get to shoot those open shots, you're going to knock those down. So we have to close out on those shots.
And listen, at some point, Tuskegee's going to make them pay.
Exactly.
Tuskegee's going to make them pay at some point for leaving them open from the three-point line.
Right.
Especially with it being Normisha Pitts.
Yes. Looks like we have a timeout. And I think Tuskegee is finding their offense. We 14-13 with 6 minutes left to go in the second quarter, but I think Tuskegee is finding their offense. They're not just feeding Alexis Carter the ball now. They're moving around. They're getting their guards involved, as you stated. And it's creating the defense to focus in and challenge in on everyone. Whereas in the first quarter, They were more so channeling in on Alexis Carter. But as you stated, if you give those open shots and they're not contested, they're going to knock them down and they're going to make them pay. So we have to go in there and we have to close out. So I think that Coach Kimberly Anderson and assistant coach Kenneth Watt is going to be letting the Lady Dragons know that we have to close out on those shots and then we have to move on offense. I still yet to see offense. I still yet to see the feeds and the bigs, as we stated. I would also like to see more high ball screens. When you give a high ball screens for your point guard, it'll open up space for the point guard to drive. And as you drive, the defense will collapse. So either she can kick it out or she can kick it to the big that's going to rotate down low. And so if we get those high ball screens, even if it's a double high ball screen where you have two on both sides, it will open up space. And so I would like to see more of that going on as we come out this timeout.
No, absolutely. Offense is definitely what each team needs right now, as we've only seen 3 and 2 points score right there since the beginning of the second quarter.
Right.
I mean, offense has not been the greatest this far. But
And
it
you
has
said
been a great defensive game.
Right, and you said something pivotal earlier that we have been scoring most of our shots and off turnovers, and so we have to get our offense to flow.
I mean, just look at the defense down low. Look at all their rotations. Look how hard each player for Tuskegee is rotating.
Yeah,
and they're
exactly.
communicating.
You have to feed the big down low. Great rebound.
Gonna get her for
It's a travel on Antrese.
And listen, the other thing is too, they're getting really late in the shot clock.
And they missed Danielle McAdams, number 31, who's a 6'1" freshman from Memphis, Tennessee. They missed her down low, and I seen her down low calling for the ball. And that's the bigs. They bigs have to demand the ball. I don't think that they're demanding the ball. They're calling for it, but I don't think they're demanding it. Great steal. Oh, as they return the ball back to. Great find. Great defense. I'm loving it.
Get a good jump ball.
It's a jump ball.
Tuskegee's going to get the arrow. Lane's going to get the arrow. But listen, the other thing about Lane's bigs, too, are they're not necessarily shooters, so to speak. They're more so down low on the block, make things happen from there. They have to decide to get themselves into a better position to score the basketball or better position to be able to distribute the basketball. And they haven't been able to do that thus far.
Right. Great drive. I have a foul.
Looks like they're going to get Laquita Calloway. Or excuse me, they're going to get Tasia Finley, I believe.
This is where she needs to utilize the ball screen.
And listen, now look weak side. Sierra Brown has to drop to that corner and be able to take that trap.
Great move. Great move.
Good
by
up
Portia
and
Hannah.
under. That's textbook.
That's textbook right there.
Turned over that right shoulder, gave it a pump.
Yes.
And went right on under the defender.
I don't know if you watch TNT where Shaq, Kenny and Chuck is talking and Ernie. Shaq likes to call it barbecue chicken down low.
That's what we're going to call barbecue chicken.
Barbecue chicken. It's easy. When you feed that big, either you're going to collapse or either you're not going to collapse. And when you have it one-on-one and you have the height advantage, you have to capitalize off that.
And that was one of the point of emphasis last game, is feeding it down low. Anything that happens down low, you can feed the ball down low, you're going to put yourself in a great position. Right now, I mean, this is just too much dribbling. It's too much dribbling, and you letting yourself get too low in the shot clock. But if you're able to feed that, they're going to get it for a shot clock violation. As I want to see what the ref is going to cut. Looks like Tuskegee's going to get the ball back here. Okay. Not going to get a shot clock violation. But, I mean, if you can penetrate down low and get the ball down low, anything can happen great for you.
Alexis Carter, jump shot with the rebound.
She just followed it up. That's a great tool.
Great follow-up.
Great follow-up. I was going to say great hustling, great follow there by Carter. I mean, she's just outplaying everybody. It's as simple as that. She's outplaying everybody thus far.
But I'm loving the matchup I'm loving the matchup that she's going against. Portia Hannah is not making it easy for her. She's making her work for every point that she's gotten so far. Great feed. Got it. You have to be smarter with that shot. Better shot selection, but great feed down low. Great pass. Open three.
Elena Daniels, the wide open three-point shot.
16-15 with 3:30 to go.
I think the refs changed it to a 2. Changed it from a 3 to a 2. But listen, now you have to post up Hannah. You know, post up Hannah. Look weak side. Watch the weak side open 3. If you can throw the ball weak side and get a good cut across the middle, see, that's a bad shot.
It's a bad shot, but it went in. Yeah, it's a bad shot, but we'll take it. We'll take it.
She hit it, so you can't really say nothing as a coach. It's one of those plays, but that's not the
shot that you're looking for.
Exactly.
It's not the shot that you're looking for. 18-18. 17-18. I'm sorry. Great defense. Great defense. Follow up on the block. Portia Hannah with the jump shot.
I thought Portia kind of rushed that one there. I thought she could have taken her time and established herself in the post. She got to watch her hands. She got to watch her hand. There you go. They got her. That's the hand check right there. The hand check. She gave her too much hand. She overextended her arms, and oftentimes you'll see that call.
And you have to watch those ticky-tack fouls. You can't give them up, especially being one of the centerpieces of the offense. You can't do that because when you sit down, then it gives Alexis Carter that chance to attack the defense because she has a size advantage.
Well, yeah, and offense and defense. I mean,
yeah, as we see that Laquita Calloway is now holding Alexis Carter, and I believe that's by the foul trouble of Portia. Great steal. Great
hustle by Alexis Harris. They got to look down low. Now clear out. You got to clear out and treat them. Don't cut to her.
Great move.
Exactly.
Great move.
Good
Great
spin.
move.
Great spin baseline. There goes that offensive game.
There we go. There we go.
Found it.
That's what we like to see.
But listen, that's what you have to do. You have to give her the ball and clear out. Oh, my
Great
goodness.
Great shot.
Elena Daniels, girl,
she's showing
stop
up this quarter. She hit 2 big shots.
.145 here in this second quarter.
20-19. Lady Dragons are winning.
They're going to have to start moving here.
Great drive. Great drive. Great drive. Great drive. Alexis Harris on that drive. Going back to the free throw line.
And I mean, that's just a great example.
I love the dribble drive penetration there.
Exactly. That's just a great example of being aggressive on the play. Understanding that if the defense is not going to collapse down at the top of the key, you got to give them what they take you.
Guys, too.
And go get yourself to the free throw line.
And I think one of the reasons why the defense didn't collapse down is because they seen that feeding the ball to Portia Hannah, she has scored on those last possessions. And so when you feed the ball down and your bigs are scoring, then it opens up gateways for your guards to dribble, penetrate, and get those open shots and get those chances to go to the free throw line. Loving what we're seeing in this second quarter so far. More of the bigs getting involved on both teams as well. As she knocks down the free throw, 21-19.
You're gonna get Jesse Anderson checking into the game here for Alexis Harris.
I'd like to see how Tuskegee will finish this quarter off with 1:30 to go.
Simple, Alexis Carter. There you go. Look at it. See, you go down low. Every time you go down low to Alexis Carter, either if the help is not on time, chances are it's gonna be a foul call. So if you can get it to her down low, I mean, she's gonna make everything work as she's shown thus far. She's gonna make it work.
I agree. We have to do better by keeping our hands up, and not reaching, not going for the block all the time, but putting your hands up. and putting a hand in the face. That way you won't create those fouls as she knocks down both free throws.
And the thing is, the great thing that Tuskegee is doing thus far is the off-ball screens. They're getting her open by setting some great off-ball screens that are allowing her not to be denied the basketball.
Great drive.
Three-point shot,
great kick out.
Too strong. She got to go up. She got to go up. See, if they look
Alexis
up,
Carter is everywhere.
But listen, Portia Hannah has to go up with that jump shot.
She
that
has to.
extra dribble.
Great find by India Blakely.
Jade Wilson with the easy layup.
Jade Wilson. Great
listen,
find by India Blakely.
If she takes that extra dribble out of there, she gives herself some easy opportunity at a layup. They got to look to the free throw line. And if you're Tuskegee,
rebound
you
by
live
Alexis
with that.
Carter. India Blakely with the ball. She feeds it. A little too much on the pass.
A little too much.
But I'm loving what I'm seeing from India Blakely. The vision, the floor general, the point guard assets that I'm seeing. I'm loving what I'm seeing. She's seeing the play before it actually happens. She's seeing the cuts before it actually happens, and it's throwing the defense off, and she's getting the right passes. And so I'm loving what she's doing in this second period.
Yeah, despite that one turnover thus far, she had a great game. Undeniably a great game. She's been a facilitator. Looks like Lane is going to run some clock here with 15 seconds on the shot clock and about 16 seconds on the game clock.
Jump shot.
Great rebound.
Laquita
Calloway with the two.
Calloway. Great rebound. They're
going to push it with 5 seconds on the clock. 3,
2. Great steal.
And that's going to be the end of the first half. We have a 23-23 tie thus far here early on. Bryson, your thoughts on the first half?
It's intense. It's intense. I think that both coaches are going to go back in the locker room to their respective teams and discuss the goods and the bads. And the goods that I seen in the second period from Lane is that they fed Portia Hannah more. They fed the big men more. They weren't just standing around on the perimeter. I seen more screens. As you stated, the weak side was open, so they were finding that. But they still have to do better on defense. They can't keep these ticky-tack fouls. They can't keep these reaching, especially for Portia Hannah, for you to be holding a great player by Alexis Carter. She knows where she wants. She knows the spots that she wants to get to. So you have to be able to beat her to that spot. And by beating her to that spot, you have to be able to not touch, keep your hands up. But they're playing great. Alexis Carter is only shooting 20% from the field, but she's going to the line. She's shot 4 from 6 from the free throw line, but she's 2 for 10 from the field. And so, but Jade Wilson showed up, 3 for 5 from the field, and she had 6 points to go with that. And I'm loving the feel of India Blakely, but I'm also loving what Chastity Moore came off the bench for Lane College and Alexis Harris. I'm loving their energy. I would like to see more from Sierra Brown. Seen a lot from her last game, so I would like to see more of her spark for the team to get the team rolling. And as you stated, more offensive possession scores, and because a lot of times we're not going to be able to get all of those points off turnovers as the game extends and as the game wires it down. You have to find the offense more, and so I seen a lot of that in the second period for Lane.
Yeah, well, that's just the case of the flow of the game. Right now, we're seeing a pretty evenly matched game, as it's a 23-23 tie. So thus far the scoreboard reflects the way the game has been going so far.
Right.
As far as Sierra Brown being that spark plug, again, it's just the flow of the game. The way the game is going thus far, it's been more heavily defensive, a little sloppy at times, a lot of turnovers. But offensively, we haven't really seen a dominant performance as a team. We've had individuals this far shine, and that's been evident. But the second half, I expect offense to pick up a little bit, especially early on in the third quarter, and hopefully we get a great finish late in the fourth.
We also, for Lane, we're also shooting 0 from 9 from 3, and so we have to capitalize on that. We have to. Shooting 0 for 9 from 3, that that's not good. We have to make those three-point shots, and I think most of those three-point shots that we took were contested and not open, and so you have to work on better shot selection. Tuskegee only shot 1 for 4 from three-point line, and so I think that they could take more three-point shots, but they're utilizing their shot selection. They're not jacking up shots. They're not forcing up shots. Where I seen as the Lady Dragons, we forced up a lot of shots, and so if we take our time, we set off ball screens to get those shooters open. It will create better shot selections for the Lady Dragons.
Yeah, and understand there too. Yes, they're 1 for 4 from the three-point line, but understand all of Tuskegee's shots thus far has been excellent. They've had 4 wide-open three-point shots that unfortunately only one has fallen thus far, but hopefully the second half picks up both offensively and defensively. We get more of a clean game, and this basketball just comes down. We got to get a great finish. That's what I want, a great finish.
A great finish. We also got to shoot better from the free throw line. Shooting 50% from the free throw line, got to shoot better.
Yeah, and as we get down the stretch, that'll be the key. The free throw, who can win the free throw battle, who can win the turnover battle, and essentially who can make more plays than the other team. And right now, we're going to take a quick halftime break as well, and we'll rejoin the broadcast here with about 2 minutes left just to break down and talk a little bit more about how the first half went. And we look forward to joining you all again in the second half, and we can't wait for an exciting finish, folks. And welcome back here as we get ready for the tip-off of this second half. The Tuskegee Golden Tigers against the Lane College Dragons. Women's basketball right now at its finest. Wouldn't you say, Bryson?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Looking forward to see how Lane College is going to come out. I love how they ended off the half, and looking forward to seeing how they're going to come out. Then also looking forward to see how Tuskegee is going to adjust to Lane College defense and their intensity.
Well, as we saw warm-ups there, players from each team were hitting shots. Now granted, that's uncontested shots, but I wonder if that's a look into. We're gonna see a lot of
but
offense
key word,
here.
uncontested shots.
There we go.
So when you have those uncontested shots, you need to be able to knock that down.
And those same uncontested shots were the ones Tuskegee had early on in the first half.
All right. India Blake with the pass.
And see, listen, you can't bail her out there if you're Addie McNeely.
Yes. And I love that drive by Shelly Davis because it creates the defense to collapse on that side. And one thing you will see, if she made that pass across the court, the weak side would have been open. Somebody would have been open for the shot. But I love that drive, and she gets the foul.
Yeah, no, the drive was brilliant. But the bailout was the reach in. I mean,
the
defense was great. The only place she had to go, I think that was Shelly Daniels that
she got to finish
the foul
that. Great
call.
find.
The only place she got to go was
out
of bounds.
You got to make that. You got to make that. The square is your friend. The square is your friend.
I mean, they need to go down low. They missed it. Portia Hand is calling for the ball down low, and they decided to put
we
it
don't
out.
have any movement on the perimeter. We're standing around. We're looking, waiting for off. Great find. Great move. I love it. That was a great move.
Addie McNeely, and see, they got away with it there, but I would like to see Portia, not standing out around the three-point line.
Mm-hmm.
I like to see her a little bit more involved down low, either setting some back screens or getting ready to receive the basketball.
Especially if you're not going to shoot that, and if she's not a shooter, if she's not prone to shoot out there, there's no reason you should stick on that perimeter.
Now, see, give her the ball. You see right where her right hand is, that's where you throw the basketball. You throw the basketball to her, there you go.
There you go.
That good back cut.
So now you
keep going.
So you find her again.
But what she does right now is, by staying in that position, now you have an extra help defender right there on Portia if you decide to give her that basketball. So now she becomes a non-threat pretty much. Now she's essentially double teamed because you didn't clear out for her.
That was a great move, great move. All the way. The turnover. Antrese with the steal.
I mean, that's hustle. Great
Love
hustle.
the way that she waited on the defender to come to create the contact to go to the line.
And that's how she's impacted this game thus far. She hasn't had a great offensive night, so to speak, but she's impacted the game through her defense and getting steals and letting those steals turn into transition layups.
Antrese at the line. First free throw made. 26-23 Lane. Both free throws are made. India Blakely with the ball up the court.
Tuskegee needs a good offensive set here. They need something attacking the rim, some kind of easy basket.
Great move. Great defense.
NC Lane got away with one there because I thought they were going to get Portia with a little bump, but no call and it plays on.
We got to move on offense. We have to move.
Now you're not making. Watch weak side. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
When you're not moving, you're not making the defense work, and then you have that happen. You have a forced drive with a shot a bad shot selection where you don't know if you're going to make this because you're driving into the paint with 3 defenders on you. So you have to not only move the ball, but you have to have a cut. She missed the cut right there. Great find, but that's a walk. It's a travel. She moved too many steps. But as I stated, when you have those movement on the perimeter and you have those cuts, a lot of cuts that I've seen them cut and then I've seen them bounce right out the perimeter. But they are not cutting all the way through. So when you cut all the way through, it forces the defense to key in on that movement off the ball.
And again, that goes back to spacing.
Great drive.
And one. Normisha Pitts.
Normisha Pitts with the drive and the and one. See if she can knock this free throw down.
But listen, it's about floor spacing. Floor
three-point play.
You want to space the floor out so you can have a variety of options on offense. The more successful you are doing that, if she misses the free throw, and Alexis Carter goes up and she gets fouled.
Alexis Carter is everywhere. Great board by Alexis Carter. 27-25, 7 minutes to go. The Lady Dragons are ahead.
And they're going to get Alexis Harris there with that foul call.
She can tie the game at the line.
And I mean, listen, you have to love this young lady's game. I mean, she's shown you she can do it all, and she's an absolutely workhorse. She's a workhorse. She's gonna go down low. She knows she's bigger than everyone except for Portia Hannah.
Mm-hmm.
But she works offensively, defensively. She's a hustle player. She knocked down 2 free throws. You can ride on the free throw line. I mean, she does it all, and leaves no doubt that she's the best player on the court.
This is when you need to pull your big mans up and give her a screen, give the point guard a screen. Great steal by Tuskegee as they take it coast to coast. Great defense.
That's just good hustle.
Normisha Pitts with the cleanup. She's everywhere. She's been having a good game, good hustle. I would love to see a double screen right here to open up space for the point guard to give her room to fluctuate and to move around on the offense. Great.
Well, listen, I don't know if you noticed, but this is about the 4th or 5th possession in a row that they have run that same exact play, and nothing has opened up yet. They've had a man run weak side baseline, hoping to get some kind of 3-point.
You got to shoot. You have to shoot.
She got it off.
Oh,
my goodness.
With the bank. The bank is open. The bank is open.
I'll tell you
Got it open with the 3-point.
Schools are closed today. Stores are closed today.
But the bank is open.
The bank is open.
But still, as you stated, that is not good shot selection. And I love the fact that she made the shot.
Yeah, it went in.
But we have to move. We're not moving on offense. We're standing still. That's like the third possession where they're running the same play, the same set, and it's not moving. So I'm expecting coach to switch it up and change something.
Well, you just said it. That is what a stagnated offense looks like. A stagnated offense looks like that. You get down deep in the shot clock and are forced to take terrible shots, and I mean that's just, that's poor offense.
So you have to cut. You have to cut. As you pass, you need to pass and cut. Oh,
But listen, they're limiting themselves by going to one side of the court every single time, and nothing is open up.
Good spin. That's a great block. Alexis Carter is everywhere.
Who else?
Great steal by Antrese as she takes it and lays the ball up. 32-29, 5 minutes to go. Lady Dragons are ahead by 3. Screen by Shell. We can't afford that. You can't afford that. You can't afford that.
And I mean, but that's just a great find. That goes back to your point you made earlier with the high pick and roll. She attacked, she dribble drove, and it opened up for her big now low. And I mean, she got the foul call, fortunately, but if there's not a foul call there, you have 2 easy points in the layup.
I'm expecting Coach Anderson for the Lady Dragons to infer to the team that standing on the perimeter is not going to get them anywhere. And luckily, Tuskegee is missing shots right now because we're standing on the perimeter. We're not opening up space for the offense. And the defense is just sitting there. You're not tiring out the defense. When the defense doesn't have to move on the defense and they're just sitting there, one thing you want to do when the defense is playing a zone, you want to swing the ball back and forth from both sides of the floor. And it's making the defense rotate. And he also wants to cut through. So not only are you making a move, but it's tiring them. So when they're on offense position, they don't have the energy and the stamina as they once would. We're just standing there. And so hoping that the Lady Dragons come out this timeout, give us a little more cuts, give us a little more opening space. Also, I would love to see the big woman, come up and give the point guard or the guards screens. Given those screens, you're going to either pull, if they're going to sit in that zone, then you're going to give a chance for the big to rotate and curl off for an open shot and a dribble penetration drive by the guards where they can kick it out to the guard that's on the wing and you get an open shot right there. So I'm hoping to see more involvement on offense, more movement of the ball. A lot of times they're standing with the ball and not necessarily, or if they're not standing with the ball, they're dribbling with the ball, and so we have to move with the ball and get more openings.
Well, listen, Lane ought to be fortunate. They ought to be fortunate that they're, before this free throw, they're up 2 points. And I say that because, like you just mentioned, their offense is struggling. Defensively, they've been able to save themselves pretty much this halfway through this the second half. They've been able to save themselves defensively. Now they're down 1 point. They're up 1 point, But, their defense is what has turned into offense, especially in the transition. They've been able to capitalize off of steals and off of turnovers, and that's pretty much been their bread and butter. This is where they struggle right here in the half court.
Right here.
But see, and listen, that's their problem. I said again. They're going away from their big who has the mismatch right now. Alexis Carter's not in. Therefore, you have a little bit more of a height advantage if you're Portia Hannah. You just have to commit to giving her the basketball. Because that is not the shot that you want.
That's not the shot that you want. Another thing, coming out of their timeout, they extended their zone full court. I don't know if you realize that, but they extended. Great move. But they extended their zone full court, and so now it's going to open up ways for traps. It's going to open up ways for turnovers to be made. And so the Lady Dragons just have to be smarter, move the ball.
And here's another thing. If they're going to get their points, if they're going to get the ball, are able to look ahead, they need to take advantage of the transition. That's essentially what I'm getting to. They need to take advantage of the transition. Push the ball up court. Don't let Tuskegee's defense get back and establish, because once they do, you get down to a shot clock violation, just like it is now. they're not aware of the shot clock.
They're not aware of the shot clock.
I mean, yes, I understand wanting to use every bit of these 30 seconds that you're given, but at the same time, you also have to understand. Right now, Tuskegee is locked in defensively, and your offensive sets aren't working. You have to take advantage, and you cannot let them get set.
Loving the drive. Great defense, great defense.
And good rebound by Alexis Harris there. She pushes the ball. But see, now push. Look in the corner three. I mean, something is open.
Exactly. And that's where she fell. She had numbers, and she could have penetrated, kicked it out.
But also, and listen, they're spending too much time at the top of the key, almost at the half court
Too much
line.
time at the top of the key.
And now you're down to 5 seconds on the shot clock. And they probably don't even really realize it. They're going to force them to a bad shot. And that's a violation. You see, they're waiting too long. They're spending way too much time at the top of the key.
And another thing that I'm only seeing one person trying to score, which is Antrese. I'm not seeing another scorer on lane. I'm not seeing no one who is taking the charge to go get a bucket. And so I'm looking forward to see if coach is going to put someone in who's going to come off the bench and try to give that spark, because I'm only seeing one person that's trying to score. As you stated, they're not feeding the bigs, and only one guard is trying to score. And so Tuskegee is really keyed in on defense. They came out here and they're playing tremendously on defense. They're taking away the dribble penetration. They're taking away
everything.
Everything. Even the big man trying to call for the ball, they're taking away that. And it's forcing Lane to contemplate on the passes that they're making and the decisions that they're making. And so hopefully coach is letting the ladies know that we cannot sit on the perimeter, because Tuskegee is going to have a field day. If you sit on that perimeter and you don't do nothing, all you're going to do is run the shot clock down, and now you got 5 seconds on the shot clock, and now you're putting up a bad shot, and you're not getting the shot that you're looking for. And so we have to get off the ball screens too. I've been preaching on the ball screens this game, but we also have to get off the ball screens, and it's going to create openings for your guards. It's going to create openings for your shooters. And so looking forward to see how they're going to capitalize after this timeout.
Yeah, and I mean, you pretty much covered everything there. That was a well-needed timeout. They need that timeout because, they're struggling offensively. And again, they need to be able to get themselves into a comfortable offensive set to get a easy look at the basket. Because again, as you mentioned it, they're struggling offensively. Defensively, they're holding their own thus far. Tuskegee's managed to make a little bit of a run, and Lane has weathered the storm. But offensively, they've not been able to capitalize the way that they probably should have. This is probably the fifth possession in a row that they've essentially got nothing out of the possession. So, that timeout was needed to hopefully get an easy look at the basket.
Great defense by the Lady Dragons, forcing a turnover. As Antrese pushes the ball up the court. Antrese back with the ball.
And there's
a travel violation.
Right now, that's just forced. I mean, that's just a forced turnover there. I mean, it's also goes back to the offense. It's stagnant. I mean, we've been saying it time and time again, and essentially what we've been saying so far has been pretty dead on. And they're just having their struggles offensively, and you can tell they're frustrated. You can see it in their face. You can see it in their communication right now. Look weak side.
Loving the movement that Tuskegee's offense is displaying right now as they feed the Shelley. Great feed down low.
That's just a big-time move. Point blank period. That's a big-time move.
And that's the difference that Tuskegee is doing better than Lane, is that they're moving on offense and they're getting everybody involved. Everybody is touching the ball on offense. And if you're not touching the ball, you're still moving on offense. And so I would love to see more of that on Lane's possession.
And Christina Massey's going to knock down that first free throw. But listen, I mean, she just wanted that. She demanded the ball, or she got the ball. She was dominant with the ball. She attacked, gave 2 or 3 hard dribbles down low, and she went up strong. And every time you do that, good things are going to happen.
And as you stated, when you feed the bigs the ball, it's going to force the ref to play, and it's going to force the ref to call those calls. As she's at the line. Game is still tied, 32-32 with 1:50 to go in the third. And Treese is with the ball walking up the court. Back to Treese. Alexis Harris with the drive.
Foul. Reach in.
Foul on Tuskegee. And I love what I just seen there. I love what I seen there. So give and go. She drove, got a little open space, creates the foul. So like make them play defense when you do that.
Yeah, and they're going to get Alexis Sherrills there for the foul call. But, I mean, yeah, look at the difference when you move around. When you move and when you're more active offensively, you get a little bit better shot opportunity.
Tuskegee with the rebound.
You can see him working the ball.
Great cut. Oh, you have to finish that. That should be lane ball. She touched it. Should be lane ball. I thought Shelly touched it. Shelly Daniels, that was a great cut by her. She has to finish that layup. You don't get those free ones often.
I'm actually going to disagree with you, right? I thought it was a good call. I thought it was Tuskegee's ball.
As Vendarius Scott checks in the game. Great defense, Lane's ball. So not only do we have Portia Hanna on the floor, but now we have Vendarius Scott on the floor. So I would love to see if they're going to feed their bigs a little more as we have those mismatch.
We're down here to a minute left in this third quarter.
And Treese back with the ball.
They're going to get Shelly Daniels there for the foul. It looks like.
That was a great drive.
Great drive by Eddie. Again. I'm sorry. They're going to get Alexis Sherrills there for the reach in. Let's see if Lane can take advantage of this fresh new clock down here. She's calling for it.
She's calling for it. Great defense by Shelly Daniels. As she kicks us out, and Treese with the drive.
And
Great way to dribble penetrate to that.
And Jade Wilson there just bailed her out. She had slow feet there. She wasn't able to slide in front of her, and she gave her a little hip check, and good call by the referee.
32-32.
38.9 seconds left in this third quarter.
As she hits the first free throw, 33-32. Lady Dragons are up by 1. She can make it 2. She hits this. (34-32). 35 seconds to go. Tuskegee with the ball. Shelly Daniels with the drive. We'll get a foul.
And look, that activeness alone is giving them the calls. Whether they're foul calls or not. I thought she could have gotten away with a little travel. But her activeness, her aggressiveness got her that foul call, and it made the ref make the call. Anytime you can make the ref, you put the whistle in his mouth, so to speak, like he got it's on him. It's on him to make the call. That's a good thing.
I agree.
And these free throws, as we move down the stretch, are going to be crucial. We've already seen some missed free throws early on for both teams. But, right now, this is the time to start hitting some free throws. And
those second chance points. Great rebound. As Alexis Harris pushes up the ball up the court.
And they can play for. Oh, she saw something open.
Great pass to Portia Hanna.
That's a good look.
Back to the line.
I was going to say we play for one shot there. But, it's a great look ahead. He had to match up. He had a 2-on-1 down low. Unfortunately, Portia wasn't able to finish, but she get herself 2 free throws.
She can stretch this game. and have the Lady Dragons lead by 4. If she makes most free throws. Great rebound, great rebound.
Now they
As
can
you
work
said,
for
play
one
for
shot.
one, play for the one.
They got 7 seconds on the clock now. 6, 5, 4,
Great screen.
3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness, she got it.
Great shot by Antrice.
Right before the buzzer. Antrice
Right before
McCoy.
the buzzer. Loving it, loving it, loving it.
Made a lot of something out of nothing.
I think this is going to turn out to a great finish. I believe that this quarter, Alexis Carter is just going to have a great quarter. I think she's going to come out ready to play. But I feel as if the Lady Dragons can pull this off and can pull this W. As long as we keep the defense intensity up, we move the ball on offense, create dribble drive penetration, feed the ball to Portia Hannah-Moore, give Antrice more on the ball screens and get her open for a dribble drive penetration. But this is going to be an amazing finish. They're going against a tough lady Golden Tigers.
And right now, both teams are setting themselves up for great finishes. This is a winnable game for each team, right? Now it's just going to come down to execution. Who's going to execute the best down the stretch?
Right.
I mentioned it early on. It's going to come down to free throws, who can hit the most free throws down the stretch, and who can take care of the ball the best. Right now we've seen both teams struggle a little bit offensively, but, they've been able to take advantage, Lane has, off of turnovers, steals, and that's how they found themselves up. But, if I had to take a wild guess, I'll say Tuskegee, they're going to come out here aggressively, both offensively and defensively. Being the best team in the conference, record-wise, I expect them to fight until the very end. And, this is going to be a run. They're going to make a run. But how Lane weathers that storm, soon to find out.
Great cut, great. She missed her.
Big
She
B
missed her.
missed her.
She missed her. But see, when you have that, you're opening up space for your offense to fluctuate.
And listen.
Great. See, she missed the cut again.
There you go. 3 seconds. Oh, they're going to get
it's
a
a travel violation. And I think the reason why they're missing those cuts is because they haven't been doing that the whole game. And so they're not used to seeing that opening create, and they're used to passing it back on the perimeter, waiting for offense to open up. And so they have to be ready to find those cutters. Pull-up jump shot miss. Rebound by Alexis Carter.
Gonna get her for the foul.
Foul on Shelly Daniels.
He swiped her across the face. But no, you just said it. Offensively, they're missing those cuts. But, the ball is also sticking to their hands too long. Mm-hmm. They should be playing hot ball right now, hot potato. As soon as you get the ball, you need to pass it.
Pass it.
Don't
and it's making the defense move.
Exactly.
It's making the defense move.
If you can pass the ball more than the defense can rotate, you'll find an open shot for yourself. Like right now, feed it to her. Don't dribble to her.
Feed it to her.
Yeah, exactly.
Because dribbling into her is going to create that defender to put a hand up and tip the ball, and then that creates a turnover.
And she got a great look right there.
As India Blakely drives.
Good dish.
Good dish.
Good. She missed it.
Alexis Carter with the rebound
Hustle.
and the drive and the foul.
That's just that hustle. That intensity, that fight. I mean, those are the loose ball rebounds that you have to get if you're Lane, if you want to protect this lead. Otherwise, Tuskegee's going to come back and win this basketball game.
She knocks down the first free throw. It's 33-37. Lady Dragons are up. She can make this three-point game. She knocks down this free throw right here.
And we have 8:53 left here in the fourth quarter. See, you get some more of a full court pressure here. And I expect at some point, once they start to move the ball to the corners, I'm expecting some kind of trap. I'm expecting some kind of trap to come.
Great find. Loving the movement of the ball.
But see, it's the floor spacing. The movement is fine right now. They're able to move without the basketball, but the spacing of the floor limits you as to what you're able to do. As you see a great block there by Shelly Daniels.
As India Blakely brings the ball up the court.
Smart floor general. Set up some offense. Get yourself into an easy offensive opportunity. As she gets fouled there, shooting.
She gets to the line once again.
And you mentioned it earlier. You know, her field goal percentage hasn't necessarily been the best, but she's made her money at the free throw line. You know, it seems like every time she attacks the basket, either she makes it or she gets a foul call in. You know, she puts herself back at the free throw line for 2 shots.
And she can make this a 1-point game. Alexis Carter at the free throw line. 35-37 in 1 possession game. As Alexis Harris brings the ball up the court. And Treese McCoy back to Alexis Harris.
And see, they're missing that.
Missing it every time.
Portia's calling for it. You can tell she's getting frustrated.
Jade Wilson with the steal. It's a tribal violation. Double dribble.
Somebody twisted her ankle there.
I think she was undecided on what she wanted to do with either pulling up for the jump shot or still going for the drive.
I don't even think it was that, Bryson. I think her ankle just got twisted up. Her ankle got twisted up. As you can see right now, she's shaking that off.
And Treese dribbles the ball up the court.
Now feed it to her right now. Don't call her out. That's not her strength.
Portia with the ball.
Good
cross-court pass.
No attack.
So the ball goes out of bounds. Still Lady Dragon ball. There's 7:26 remaining in the 4th period.
You know, it's still interesting to see them go away from Portia. Because, you know, it's a matter of fact. You know, that
and she had a big second period. Big second period.
There you go. Now they're going to go back to her in the post. That's where she's been successful right there. Now, she missed that as might have got tipped by
But I love
Carter.
that. I love that.
That's the play that's going to get them there. That's the play that's going to get them their points right there.
India Blakely with the foul to Shelly Daniels. Shelly Daniels.
Going to get a reach-in foul by Addie McNeely there.
And as you stated, I love that play. She hasn't been getting her touches and her shots this quarter, this half. So this quarter will be very pivotal for her and the Lady Dragons to find her and give her the touches and the shot selections that she needs.
Nearly 5 seconds.
India Blakely bounces back out, sets the offense up. Jay Wilson with the ball. Alexis Carter.
I'll tell you what, she got the foul call there. But she missed that weak side cut sitting right there at the block.
She did.
And see, those are the plays you practice as a team. You know, once you become fully cohesive with one another, those are the plays you automatically know. You don't have to see that to pass that. You just know to pass it right away because your man will be right there.
I would like to see Portia Henner get back on Alexis Carter. She's been making it tough for her all game. As Sierra Brown checks in the game. Love to see the spark off the bench and see if she can get the team going.
Good find, and one.
And one. Shelly Daniels with the and one. That was a great find on the inbound.
Listen, we've said it all game. India Blakely has been the orchestrator for her team. I mean, that was an absolute dime she just dropped in there.
And that was a foul on Sierra Brown. It's her first personal.
See if Shelly Daniels can shake off that hard foul and convert the and one. As you can see there, it's a tie ball game, 37-37 with 6 minutes and 53 seconds left in this fourth quarter.
She has a chance to take the lead for the Lady Golden Tigers. And this is a big game. This is a big game. It's a big game because it's a conference game. And those conference wins are pivotal coming down to the stretch of the end of the season. And Treese with the ball.
Now, if you're Lane, how do you respond? I mentioned it coming right out of the half and into the quarter. You know, it's going to be a run. Tuskegee's going to make a run. Good backdoor fine. Oh, she just missed it. And she's going to get up for the foul call. You know, she's got a little bit.
Bad foul.
But let's see how Lane responds. You know, this is a game of runs. Tuskegee came on a, come back and taking this lead on a little run, and now it's time for Lane to weather this storm and see if they can overtake the lead.
One thing that we have to do is not give those fouls. It's 6 minutes and 30 seconds to go, and they're already in a bonus. And so it's a long way for this game to end, and we cannot give up fouls like we just did on the other end. If you miss the shot, get back on defense and just go get another defensive stop and create another possession on offense. And so we have to watch our fouls.
As you just saw, Destiny Irvin.
She misses the free throw, 39-37, 6:30 to go, and Treese with the ball up the court. In and out crossover.
And listen, now it's time to just relax. Now it's time to relax. You have 18 seconds on the shot clock. Relax, get a good shot, tie the ball game back up, or take the lead, or get fouled right there, as you see. But, just relax. It's not time to force the issue yet. Plenty of time. Just weather this storm. Run some good offense and get yourself some easy opportunities at the basket.
Great way to get the contact and get the foul. As she drives, great pass to Portia. She misses the open jump shot. India Blakely with the ball up the court. Fine to Shelly Daniels. And the little floater. 41-37. Golden Tigers are up.
I'll tell you what, Coach Anderson for Lane might want to get a timeout.
Might want to get a timeout in. We don't want the game to get too far ahead.
But I like what they're doing now. They're settling down, getting the shooters open for a three. Unfortunately,
and that was great. That was great. She had a great shot, open shot. But I love what just happened. They opened up the shooters off the ball screen that I've been talking about all game that the Lady Dragons been needing.
Yeah, it was a good shot. But if you're going to come back in this game, you don't want it to be by the three-point line. You want to try to at least penetrate and maybe drive and kick. But you definitely want to get a little bit easier looks as India Blakely's going to miss the three. But you want to try to get a little bit easier looks attacking the basket and either getting the foul call or getting the easy two or contesting two.
The ball go out of bounds. And it's still the Lady Golden Tigers ball. India Blakely with the ball back in her hands. Jada Wilson, Shelly Daniels, Alexis Carter back with the ball with the three.
She got to look up.
As
I don't know if she's
Treese
seen it.
passes the ball. Got to make those layups. We got to.
Listen, look who's down there to contest the shot. Alexis Carter. Look who's down there.
Everywhere.
Smart timeout.
Smart timeout.
Their coach realizes right now it's time. They're up 4. The coach realizes it's time to take advantage of every opportunity that they have. And,
right. And I think another reason why the coach called that timeout is because they were playing in the pace that Lane were playing. That high pace, that push the ball up offense, transition offense. And I think that the coach called that timeout to settle the girls down, to let them know, look, still a lot of time in the game, still 4 minutes to go. Let's get something opening on offense. Let's take our time, patient offense, and let's make good shot selection.
I have no problem with the pace. I mean, if I'm coach for Tuskegee, I have no problem with the pace. Right now, that pace has gotten you into a 4-point lead from being down. So, that pace has been fine. I think this is more so of taking advantage of the lead that you have now and not losing it.
Right.
You know, this is the time right now to kind of expand on this lead, especially while Lane is struggling, and you know, get yourself in a little bit better opportunities offensively that can help you pull away.
I agree. I love the steal that Antrice got. But we have to finish on transition. Lady Dragons, we have to finish, and we have to make a better shot selection.
And listen, that steal was awesome. That steal was great. But it goes back to the testament of the defense for the Tuskegee. You know, Alexis Carter, we've been saying her name all game. She got back and she influenced that shot. You know, that Alexis Harris for Lane, you know, it was a tough. She probably, you know, had she known she was behind, it probably would have pulled the ball out.
Right.
But Alexis Carter influenced that shot, and she forced that into a missed shot. That was her effort on defense that led to them getting the ball back and having an opportunity on offense.
Let's see how Lane comes out this timeout and execute as India Blakely dribbles the ball up the court.
And you
passes.
And you can tell this is a set play designed for Tuskegee to penetrate and to get another easy look at the basket as they go back to the high pick and roll action. They're looking to penetrate. They're looking to get something on the inside.
Jada Wilson with the drive. The spin up. Great rebound. As Alexis Harris grabs the ball.
Now slow it down.
She shot the three. It rimmed out. India Blakely with the ball back up the court.
And if you're Coach Anderson, you live with that shot. I mean, that's your shooter. That is your shooter. You live with that shot. She got a wide open opportunity, and it just happened to rattle in and out. So we hit the 4-minute mark here in the fourth quarter.
Alexis Carter with the ball. The jump shot.
There she goes. Alexis Carter.
3:50 to go. And Antrice McCoy with the ball up the court.
But, you know, back down low. She went back down low. She got the ball in the post, established herself.
Great cut.
Understood that she had the mismatch. And, I mean, she just rolls over the top. Right now, Tuskegee is doing everything right to win this basketball game.
Exactly. 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go. The Golden Tigers leads 43 to our Lady Dragons 37. That's Addie with the ball. She kicks back out, sets up the offense. Takes the screen.
Good Hezzy.
Great move. Great Hezzy. Great drive. With Alexis Carter with the foul.
Yeah, that was a great Hezzy. And that was a way to dribble herself open. I'm trying to see who they're going to call that foul on. Looks like he might have got it on the Lena Daniels, number 3. But, I mean, that's how you dribble yourself open. Attack the basket. Right now you're down. You don't need too many long shots.
Right.
Get a chance at a layup.
Still a lot of time in this game.
And put yourself
she knocks down the free throw.
Line.
Still a lot of time in this game as she knocks down the free throw to make it 43-38.
Those
43-39.
Those are 2 big free throws.
Lane comes out with a full court press. Great steal by Antrice McCoy. She drives with the layup. She misses. Back up. And there's a foul on Tuskegee. Shelly Daniels creates the foul. Great rebound by Alexis Harris. But Antrice McCoy got to make that layup. She has to make that layup. She has to. But back to the line to make this game a one-possession game. Alexis Harris from Houston, Texas. She takes the first free throw. She misses.
You know,
gotta make those.
And then Antrice McCoy missed that layup, but you know I'm gonna use that "but" word again. But you know it was just a tough one. I mean, she did everything to make to make the layup, and it was just one of those basketball bounces that didn't go our way.
We gotta make those free throws. We gotta make the free throws. Looking forward to see how Lane College lock in on defense. It switches out, feeds Alexis Carter.
They're going to get her for the foul. Yep.
We're touching too much. If we play hands up, keep our hands up, and keep our hands off, we'll have a better chance and not sending her to the line, because lately she's been hitting free throws. And so we have to keep her out the free throw line. As she misses that free throw, we have to still keep her out the free throw line. We have to keep them out the free throw line as they're in the bonus with 3 minutes left to go. Got to keep those off the free throw line. As she knocks down the free throw, 44-39. The Lady Golden Tigers are leading. I would love to see Portia Hanna get the ball. I haven't seen her touch the ball in a few possessions, so I would love to see her touch the ball.
Right now it's time for execution.
Time for execution.
Right now it's time for execution.
As the Golden Tigers extreme their pressure, it's time for it.
You know, this is now you've hit that 3-minute mark. Now as you're at 2:45, where you have to almost play flawless thus far. If your defense is not absolutely 110%
right. Great find.
Good block.
Alexis Carter is everywhere. She's everywhere.
And there goes that defensive execution. I just said it.
I would love to see the punk fake, because she's going for every block. So I would love to see the punk fake and then the shot to create her to jump at the ball. And then you'll have a great way to put your body in, lean your body in, and create contact for the foul. As the ball bounces back out. Jade with the ball again. Great defense. Shelly Daniels back. Great defense as we pushes the ball. Addie with the ball, pushes up the court. Alexis Harris with the ball. Dribble drive penetration. The shot. She misses. India Blakely Black with the ball. She's pushing it up the court.
Execution. Who's
going
to execute?
1:45 to go. We have to
said,
get some shots made. We have to get some shots made for the Lady Dragons.
But listen.
This is a crucial defense possession. They have to get a stop right here. They're trying to feed Alexis Carter. Back out, Shelly Daniels with the shot.
Slow the ball.
I would love to see Coach call a timeout right here to settle the offense down.
But right now, you don't necessarily need one. Just slow down. Take your time. Execute. You don't need to force anything. You don't need to rush.
You got to catch those.
It's just execution. Everybody slow down. They're getting a little bit too antsy.
Right.
Slow down and understand that this is only a 2-possession ball game. You have nothing to worry about. Lock in defensively. Play solid defense, and execute on the offensive end. They're doing everything right thus far. No need.
India Blakely drive with the layup. She misses. The traveler. It's a smart timeout. Smart timeout by the coach. With 46 seconds left in the game. The Lady Golden Tigers lead 44. Lady Dragons are down 39 points. They're only down by 4, so I would love a defense to stop outside of this timeout. But that was a crucial rebound, crucial offensive rebound.
It was, but no need to panic. Right now, you got to set yourself, or you got to set up some kind of trap play. All right, you've let the #1 team in the conference come back, which you knew they were going to fight back, and you took the blow. Right now, it's time to get up and recover with this last 47 seconds left in this game. And you just need a steal. You need one of those steals that you've had early on in this game. Right now, they need to find themselves. Need to kind of force the ball into the corner, trap the ball, and they need to play for a steal right now.
They don't have to foul. They don't have to foul just yet. As 30 seconds left on the clock with 46 going, try to get a trap.
You don't have to foul.
And if you can't get the trap,
you don't have to foul.
You don't have to foul right off the bat.
If the plan is to foul, as you were about to allude to it, you want to get the trap, set a solid trap, force them for about a smooth 10 to 15 seconds. Force them into playing rushed. If you can force them into playing rushed, you can come up with the ball. There's a near steal there by Antrice McCoy. But if you can force them into playing rushed, you have a shot. You're going to get the ball back. Either way it goes.
Right.
But if you can capitalize on that and get a steal, you'll be fine.
Alexis Carter with the drive.
And they're going to give
Where was
Portia Hannah for the foul.
I didn't see a foul on that. Did you see a foul?
Yeah, it was a foul. It was definitely a foul. You know, she got a little bit too out of. First off, she let Carter get an inside position.
She did.
And
she
got
let
a
her
little
beat
bit
her
too
to
lazy.
That spot. I just thought she went with her hands straight up.
But no,
could have been a little contact.
She reached down, and that was her problem. As you
As
see,
she
Carter
misses
misses the free throw. That was her problem last game. She caught herself swatting down a little bit too much, and that was clearly the case again on that last play.
And the Lady Dragons are only down 5 right here, so they need a bucket right here. This is a crucial possession with 43 seconds left to go in the game as Antrice drives up the court.
Well, you're down 6. They're going to get a foul call, so you're going to get a chance at two shots at the free throw line. But, you know, down 6, still a 2-possession game. But, again, it comes back to those free throws. You know, those free throws that you missed early on in the game are now coming back to haunt you a little bit, and now you absolutely have to hit these.
Got to make these free throws. Got to capitalize. She makes the first one, 45-40. Lady Dragons are down 5. Great rebound. Great rebound by Eddie.
Great rebound, poor execution. You know, that extra dribble right there killed him. When you have a shot blocker, you can't afford to do anything extra. You know, if you're going to commit to going up and trying to score, you have to just go up right away. Had she not taken that extra dribble there, she probably would have had a better look at it at the layup.
Yes. So I think that that Coach Anderson is going into this timeout and is letting the ladies know that we don't have to force the 3. That is still a 2-possession game, but if we have the open 3, take the open shot, but we can still do and drive, make a dribble drive penetration, still drive to the hole. The refs has been calling those fouls lately. Put the game in the ref hands to call those hard decisions, to make those hard decisions, to make those foul calls. So I think that I think that the coach is let the team know that they don't have to force a jump shot. They don't have to force a 3.
With 35 seconds left, no, you don't have to force a 3. If you get a wide open 3-point look, absolutely, you take it. But they needed definitely some kind of good look here. And I mean,
Alexis Carter with the block again.
Now you have to foul.
Now you have to foul. You have to foul. There, great. You got it. You got to foul right here.
I don't think they realized it. I don't think they realized.
You got to foul. I'm not understanding why Lane is not fouling. It's the game. Winds down with 5 seconds to go.
Yeah, they're just going to mercy. They're just going to wave a white flag. The Golden Tigers
will extend their record to 12-5 and 7-2 in the conference. This was a hard-fighting game by the Lady Dragons. Great game by Alexis Carter. Didn't have the best offensive game, but she played excellent on defense.
Well, no, I say Alexis Carter had a heck of an offensive game, but even more than that, her overall game was superb. She played. She showed why she was the player she is, and she played like the best player on all ends of the court and in all phases of the game. And yeah, she is the player of the game.
It's a great win for the Golden Tigers as the Lady Dragons fall short, and now 6-13 with a 5-5 conference record. Tough game. Wanted them to feed Portia more. I think that's what kind of killed their offensive game. That their bigs wasn't touching the ball, and it took a toll on the offense, and that showed down the stretch.
Yeah, and it was definitely a tough loss, a winnable game for the Lady Dragons. But you know, hopefully they can rebound and get the win in the next game. But you know, it was a tough loss. And right now we're gonna take a break in between this men's basketball game coming up here. To begin the men's game, we'll recap a little bit of the women's game coming forward, and we'll begin to talk about this men's basketball game here on this Martin Luther King Monday. We thank you all for listening thus far, and we can't wait till you all join us here in this to begin the men's game.